Landrum Bolling is known to many of you, but not necessarily comprehensively or fairly or effectively. And to some, he's not known at all, and this has been your loss, not necessarily his gain. Landrum Bolling is a one-of-a-kind individual. Of course, one can say that about all of us. Each is like a set of fingerprints or snowflake, no two are the same. But Landrum Bolling stands out in particular as an individual who's devoted his entire adult life to the pursuit of peace and justice. And he has not done so unilaterally, but rather in a multi-faith context like no other American I know. This individual has met and worked with former Soviet Premier Brezhnev, Menachem Begin, and served as an intermediary for the United States to the PLO when there was a need for the U.S. government to have unofficial Americans reaching out and probing the prospects for a peaceful endgame. He's been an educator also all of his life. For 15 years, he was president of Earlham College. He's also been involved with philanthropy and humanitarian assistance. He was president and CEO of the Lilly Endowment from the Lilly Pharmaceutical Company, one of the largest endowments in the world. He's a member of the board of the Foundation for Middle East Peace. He's president of PAX World Service. He's the Washington representative of Mercy Corps. He's former president and rector of Tantur Ecumenical Institute, where I lived with him for a time in 1986. Tantur is up on a hill, a bluff, roughly halfway between Bethlehem and Jerusalem. And it too reaches out to try to find the elements of justice and peace that can be forward and italicized, neonized, and capitalized between Israelis and Palestinians. We have an extraordinary role model, an example that invites the comparison of what we ourselves do to merit his mantle, to lengthen his legacy. Please join me in awarding a distinguished achievement of a lifetime in pursuit of peace, justice, and multi-faith cooperation, Dr. Landrum Bolling.
Thank you very much, John. Thank you, dear friends. I feel very humbled by this extraordinary award, which was totally unexpected until some days ago. I want to say a word of appreciation and congratulation for this organization, which, John, I see as one of the institutions of higher learning in the land. This is an organization which sees education as a responsibility that continues throughout life for people of all ages. And I like particularly the fact that you emphasize the need to have people have face-to-face contact across all the separating boundaries that exist with regard to religion, nationality, ethnicity. And you believe very strongly in getting people out on the ground, seeing what other people's lives are like, seeing and hearing the sounds, seeing the sights. I'm particularly impressed by what you do with young people, taking them and getting them in the Middle East to see what's going on. There is no substitute for this kind of personal education and personal diplomacy. Thank you very much for the work that you do in trying to build greater understanding in one of the most controversial, difficult areas of the whole world. I know of no area of the world where there is greater need for the kind of exploratory study of the problems and resolving in a very grassroots way to deal with those problems. I salute you all, John, and all of your colleagues for the educational effort that you make that this country so desperately needs if we're to meet the challenges that Ambassador Friedman has put before us today. Thank you very much.